Hey guys, here we got a 2004 Honda Accord. This is the V6 3.0, and the problem we got with this one is we got the check engine light on and the car's not shifting right. It's not picking up speed. We also got the D light flashing. We scanned it and we got codes P0966 for clutch pressure control solenoid B, low input, and then we got low input on C and also on A. So we got low input A, B, C. And the codes are P0966, P0970, and P0962. So I'm going to show you guys here how to test for it and find out the problem. This one was a big pain in the ass. So first we're going to take out this, I already got it all apart, just going to make it easier for the video. Take out the air filter, take out the whole housing. And what you guys want to do is you want to check for ground. This is I believe B, A and B pressure solenoids, and then we got C in the front. So we're going to check one at a time because I'm sure one of these is going to have the same issue for all three of them. So what we want to do is we want to take out this connector, and the first thing we want to do, I want to check and make sure that we got ground coming out of it. And if we do have ground coming out of it, you can test, you get an ohm meter and test the solenoid itself. You should get anywhere from 3 to 10 ohms coming out of it. If you don't, then you got a bad solenoid. But our problem is, I think it's more of a ground issue rather than a solenoid, because we got all three of them. And it's kind of rare for all three solenoids to go out at the same time. So let's take a look here. So we're going to take our power probe here and we're going to connect it to the one on the left. That was just a false alarm. You can see we don't got no ground to it. And if we test the other ones, I'm sure we got no ground to those, or we might have one maybe. But we definitely don't got it on this one. So I'm gonna show you guys here. This is called the G151 ground for the Honda Accord. And that one's gonna be right underneath this mount here. But what we gotta do is we gotta lift the car up and get to it from the side. So let's lift this up, and I'll show you guys on the side here. It's going to be right here. You got a clip up here. Take that clip off and get that cover out of the way. And you could see right there, we already repaired this one. This is the ground that you got to watch out for. Here there was a rusty bolt. Right now we got ground, but before on the bolt we had no ground whatsoever. And it's got 3 ground wires that are wrapped up in the tape over here. And you guys could take out this whole connector. It unplugs over here behind this cover. It's one there. And then you got another one up here. Unplug this connector here. Unplug that guy there. And you also have one on the back, which is the main connector. That one right there. And then once you take out that ground bolt right there, we'll get this whole thing on the ground. And we'll pull this out and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the ground and how to repair it. But yeah. All right guys, so here we got this wiring harness with the grounds out of the car, and you can see right away this one was barely hanging on to this ground, and as soon as I grabbed it, it broke off right away. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut all these 3 off, the grounds off of this one. We're just going to splice a new head onto that one, bolted to the ground on the car. But first, we're going to check to make sure that we got ground coming to this connector. If these wires are still reusable, if we got to get new wires all the way through. Alright, the way we're going to do that, we got the test probe on this one. So we're going to connect it to one end to that and the other end. So we're going to check the continuity all the way through. And we're going to check the connector. So it looks like one of them is coming through, but the other one's not. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut that all off. I'm just going to strip these wires. I'm sure there's probably corrosion internally. Well, it doesn't look so bad. But either way, it was this first one here that we weren't getting continuity on. So let's test it again without that head on it. Alright, so now we got ground. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put all three of these guys together. Well, it looks like this one's a little longer. I'm going to clip all three of them together. And now with the power probe, I'm going to check each one. So that one's good, that one's good, that one's good. So yeah, we got the three grounds. And then this one, I believe this goes to the transmission temperature sensor, and this one goes to the third clutch pressure switch. So this is going to be the new piece that we're going to substitute that other metal bracket with. And we're just going to twist these three wires, the ground wires, together. I'm going to put those in here. And this is going to be our new ground. Make sure you crimp it. This is the heat shrink. And now, before we wrap it up, we're going to test the continuity and make sure we got continuity to all three of these wires here on the connector. So if we hear this thing beeping, that means we're good to go. So that's 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's a good sign. So the rest of the wires are okay. Just coming out of that metal bracket that bolts onto the transmission over there is just corroded and not making proper contact with the wire. So now what we're going to do is just going to put some tape all around it, insulate it real well, especially over here. We don't want to get water in there, and that's going to end up corroding it again. And we'll have to start all over. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go to the car here. So here we are. And we'll start out plugging this big connector in the back. Okay, there's that. I think next we'll plug in for the temperature sensor. Oh no, that's actually the, yeah, that's the temperature sensor, I believe, and this is the pressure switch, or the other way around. That doesn't really matter because we're not chasing that. Now this is, make sure before you guys put this on, see I put a little bit of grease there. Also clean that surface up over there. So before you guys bolt this, make sure you clean up the surface. And also, make sure you guys put a new bolt. The bolt that was on there before was really rusted out, and I couldn't even get any ground on the actual bolt itself, let alone the wires. Because the transmission's actually grounded on the top to the body, and then this gets the ground from the transmission and sends it over to the pressure solenoids up top. Alright, so there's that. Now what I want to double check, while we're here, make sure we still got ground there. Okay, so we got ground there. Now I'll bring it back down for you guys and go up top and check to make sure we got ground at the solenoids. Alright, so now that we got that all repaired, we're going to go in here and we're going to test out the, make sure that we got ground. But right now we're just going to test out just this one solenoid over here with the black connector on it. Even though we had issues on A, B, and C, we're just going to check this one right now, because I'm sure if we got ground on this one, and we got ground on the rest of them. Yeah, because on this car we had code P0966, P0970, and P2770, and P0962, which is low input on control A, B, and C. So I figured right away it's not going to be a trans issue where we got a low input on 3 of the solenoids. They're not all going to go bad at the same time. So yeah, we chased down the ground. Hopefully we got down to the bottom of it. So yeah, once we got this connector, you see the black wire on there, which is going to be this one on the left. We need 2 hands for this one. Let's see if we can do it in one. Alright, we're back in business. So yeah, if you guys got these codes on your Honda Accord and having a hard time figuring it out, also check this wire here and make sure you guys got ground in that one too, and that's why we changed this bolt. Make sure you got ground on both ends. If that one's good, chase down. This is called a G151 ground, which is on the side of the transmission there on the driver's side behind the tire. So yeah, if you guys got these codes on your Honda Accord, don't fall for a transmission rebuild on it and save yourself some money. Just chase down this ground, make sure that the ground's in good shape, and change that out, and you should be all good to go. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it, and like always, if you can, support us, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.